Welcome back to the part 2. If you're new to this channel, go and watch the part 1. Hope you enjoy the video. Now standing in the arena with Shiva, the god of destruction, Raiden decides to lift the ban of his restricted sumo moves. He is going to use the moves after 21 years to win this fight. With crowds cheering, Raiden starts his war ritual. His aura sparkles as he moves slow and strong. With full force, his muscle pushes his hand towards Shiva. Shiva gets ready for the impact. Shiva was blown away by the force of Raiden's fierce attack. Shiva's body, now badly damaged, bounces on the ground. Crowd watches in total silence. Shiva gets up slowly. 2 of his 4 arms were severed by the shockwave of Raiden's astonishing blow. Spectating gods mumble in shock. They have never seen a human with such a strength. Finally standing up on his feet, Shiva is still feeling spaced out. Then, Shiva sees something happen to Raiden's body. Raiden screams in pain as his muscles rupture with blood spread out from every part of his body. Raiden's forbidden sumo moves put out so much strain on his body. The only reason he is still standing is because of the Thruds, the special sumo belt, holds his muscle together and preventing his body from falling apart. Raiden speaks to Thrud, the spirit, and asks for more power. With her help, he knows he can still fight. He's even willing to give his life in this fight. Reluctantly, Thrud, the spirit, wraps Raiden's body for support and gets him ready for the next round. The spirit is invisible to regular human eyes, but gods can see her. Rudra is watching over the fight with other gods. Everyone watches curiously as the 2 fighters get ready to resume the fight. Shiva reminds himself that he is the ruler of the Indian pantheon, and losing this fight against a human is not acceptable. Shiva hits his own chest with his hand, grabbing the muscles so tight, his fingers dug inside his chest. Growling with pain, he continues to dig his finger deeper inside his chest. He is stimulating his heart with his fingers to get it to beat faster, so he can fight again. As his heart beats faster, bright beams of light comes through from his body, as if his entire body is lit. The spectator's eyes are almost blinded by the dazzling lights. This is the light of Tandava Karma. Once more, the 2 fighters stood face to face, ready to end the fight. The strongest god versus the strongest human. They are completely different kinds, but some people recognize the similarity between the 2. After the 2 men glare at each other fiercely for a long time, the fight resumes with full force. The spectators, both humans and gods, watch intensely as the unbelievable fight unfolds right before their eyes. The bright lights and the fire sparkles in the arena as the 2 fighters throw their bodies against each other. Even though he has superhuman strength, Raiden is still a human. Everyone knows his muscle will eventually tear apart if they continue fighting. But at the same time, Shiva is also forcing his heart to work at its highest limit. The brighter he shines, the weaker his heart gets. The 2 fighters are fighting with their lives. The tremendous fight continues in the arena. Their bodies are badly damaged by now, but neither would slacken their attacks. The spectators watch in awe, with the utmost respect towards these 2 great fighters. Raiden's fellow sumo wrestlers also know they have to watch this horrific fight to the end to honor one of their own, who is worthy of the highest respect, no matter the outcome. As the stormy fight continues, Shiva loses another arm, leaving him with only 1 arm to fight. Shiva hears his fellow gods cheering for him. He knows he cannot lose. He carries hopes and dreams of more than 1,000 gods who fought him on his way to get here. At the same time, Raiden too bears hopes and pride of every sumo wrestler, including the young ones in his home village. The fight between 2 men, each carrying a heavy burden, is about to end. Crowd waits for the last onslaught from one fighter to take down the other. The 2 fighters jumped in the air. Raiden uses Yatagarasu, God's raven skill, with his hand. Shiva kicks right back into Raiden's attacking hand, shredding it into pieces. Raiden staggers, but they are still standing. Raiden smiles and thanks Shiva for fighting with integrity. Because of the great fight, Raiden has not even a trace of regret. He asks Shiva to release the Volandur, the spirit, free, but the spirit refuses to leave Raiden's side. The 2 men praise each other for their strengths. As Shiva turns around to walk away, Raiden's severed head falls on the ground. Shiva walks on without looking back. This unforgettable fight ended with Shiva, the god of destruction, as the winner. The ones who watched the fight were left speechless with overwhelming emotions. Some believed if Raiden was trained with different styles other than sumo, he might have won the fight. But others think Shiva would never lost a fight against a human anyway. On one part of the Colosseum, Raiden's fellow sumo wrestlers are saddened by their losses. The dojo master could not hold back any tears from his eyes, but he tells his disciples to hold up their heads high and keep on fighting to honor their fallen comrade. Rudra came to see Shiva at the back of the fighting arena. Shiva is badly injured and barely standing. Their fellow gods also watch him with concern. Shiva admits he came very close to losing that fight, and he found himself admiring the strength of humankind and how they can fight so hard selflessly. Green leaves and colorful blossoms sway in the blue sky. Humans are walking home from the Colosseum. One girl was crying and asking her old sister, "Please tell me, at least his sister Thrud was happy, wasn't she?" Hilde, her older sister, does not answer the question and only tells the little girl that she needs no reason to save their loved ones. Hilde talks to herself in regret. She feels that she is a much weaker person than she once thought she was. In Valhalla, Zeus walks through the green field looking for Buddha Black Rai. A couple of castles are floating in the blue sky. Zeus stops and admires the magical beauty of Valhalla. Zeus finally finds Black Rai lying on the green field. They fight over the snacks like little kids. Buddha Black Rai ends the fight by sticking all the snacks onto his mouth. Zeus complains childishly. Black Rai neglects everything and relaxes on the grass. Zeus was there to ask Buddha Black Rai to enter the next fight. Zeus knows Black Rai will never lose any fight. Buddha seems to be interested in the fight. He smirks. The young girl is looking for bandages to treat her injured sister, Hilda. She has to help Hilda as she alone is holding a key to the survival of humankind. She walks into a hospital, hoping to find what she is looking for. As the girl hears someone yelling in one of the rooms, she decides to stop and peep. She eavesdrops on two men's conversation, but she got caught by a group of odd-looking people. She is busted. As she struggles to run away, the gray-haired gentleman with bandaged arms invites her for a cup of tea. The man has one blue eye and one red eye. Under the beautiful blue sky, the Colosseum was filled with excited crowds waiting for the sixth fight. The lights go off and the bright lotus flowers appear in the darkness. Then the fighter shows up. It is the Buddha Black Rai. He shocks the crowd by announcing that he will represent humankind for this fight. Gods are not happy to hear this news, but Buddha does not care. Buddha thinks it is appropriate for him to fight as a human clan, because after all, he is there for them. And he makes it clear that he will even kill gods if they interfere with his mission.